I heard you ask Lee before whether he was pumped. I'm ready because there's so much at stake for both these sides, isn't it? I mean, to finish on top of the ladder, great incentive. I mean, from round 5 then, when the pressure was really on Stan, and the boys have been absolutely marvellous in their run home towards the finals, and Port Power cannot be denied in their first season.
And of course, for the sides that aren't participating in the finals, they want to go out with a bang because it's a long time before the next match, and we've seen that already in this round. So the Saints with Peter Everett are going to the right of screen. It appears to be with the aid of this slight breeze, but it is only very slight. Their umpires are Hayden Kennedy, Brian Sheehan and Shane McInerney. The countdown begins. Everett gets a hand to it, taken away by Primus. Port Power go into attack. This first 5 minutes is going to be absolutely crucial. Peckett was working hard, so too Peter Everett. It's going to be a free kick to Port. Back it will come. Hayden Kennedy, who officiated in the 95 grand final, has given Eagleton the ball directly in front, but 55 metres out.
How's his accuracy, Sandy?
Well, this will test the 18-year-old. Norwich Rising Star nomination and a left footer. Flat-looking punt goes deep into the square. Everett got a hand to it and takes it through for the first score of the night.
So Eagleton puts it to the square, and the St Kilda defence rush it through. Nathan Eagleton coming into the game kicking 8 goals, 21 for the season. Peckett in short to Brown. Number 1 gives it to number 2. He gives it to number 3, but 3 can't handle it. Burke, but gets the free kick and a 50-metre penalty. So the umpire's being involved very early. The first free kick given against Wakeland. A little bit high, and then this one here against Wilson. He has the job on Burke.
I think the umpires realise it's going to be a pretty hot game. Get the authority asserted early.
So Nathan Burke down towards the half-forward flank, low in front, can't complete the mark. The Power have numbers and total control. Eustace, that used up all his experience there. A perfectly placed kick towards the line.
And interesting, Andrew Thompson playing forward on Adam Eustace. I suspect that is to make sure that Eustace doesn't provide too much rebound running. Thompson has been a very good one-on-one player.
Nathan Burke firing up his charges. Everett appeared to be held, and he's going to take a free kick. He's on centre wing, the big man. Thought about going away to Zilla on his left, but instead kicks in towards half-forward. Fine mark taken by Primus. Oh, Winmar got him from behind. Nicky Winmar's away. Keeps the ball in play. An opportunity now for the Saints. Big bad bustling Barry Hall. But then he lost it. Back it comes towards Daniels and Dickey. It eludes them both. A chance for Josh Franku. A hand pass off to Eustace. He's felled. Goes towards Wilson. And he'll take the free kick down the ground. This boy could find himself winning the Norwich Rising Star. He's had a marvellous year. At the moment, he's just forward of centre. Port with the 1 score on the board. A behind. Wilson into a congested forward line. Everett almost waiting down in front, but this is Braden Lyle. Lyle pops it even further ahead. Shanahan was under pressure. Socket up the ground, and the mark is taken by Robert Harvey. Harvey pedals to the half-back line. Tony Brown is there. St Kilda out of trouble. Up towards centre wing. They've got the numbers here. Peckett's on the inside if Whitmar wants him. He doesn't at the moment. Spears it in towards Heatley. And Jason Heatley with an open square. He's got Tryon in. He's waiting there all alone, pleading for it. And he's got it. Jason Tryon-Eady's directly in front. Has 4 goals next to his name for the season. 4-3. St Kilda supporters at that end of the ground. You can put the ball right amongst them. This for the first goal of the night, and to give St Kilda the lead. He does it. They're away.
Yes, and as you would expect, there's plenty of emotion in the start of this game. Both sides have stood up to it fairly well. Here we see Winmar, just the kicking skills out in front of the leading Heatley, and then he just slipped in behind the defence. Heatley just got himself back. He's got to make sure you're away from the mark before you play the ball on. Heatley got himself clear, and then pretty easy goal for Traianides at the end.
So the first goal to Traianides of St Kilda, back into the side last week, and Nicky Winmar involved in that play also, so valuable acquisition of the side. Winmar back into form, and here's Lowe. The big man at centre-half forward can't complete it, but back into the contest he goes, and Darren Mead's there to wrap him up. Stewie missed it last week's game, a late withdrawal through illness. Certainly hasn't done much to damage that fine body that he has there. Big, strong man at centre-half forward. He'll do the ruck work here against Primus. In, pushing and shoving. Primus down towards Brown, though. To Burke. The quick kick by Burke. It's in the air. A high tackle on Burke. Downfield to Hall.
No, he'll come back.
Comes back. So the umpire's right in amongst it. 3 free kicks to St Kilda. 2 already to Port Adelaide. And there it is. The umpire's now watching as Thompson takes the short kick. Sets. Lead from the forwards on. Now decides to go long towards the square. Low pushing back. Can't complete the mark. Eustace, the long handball towards the line, but at least directed towards his team's goal. So all is fair. The boundary umpire throws it in.
Just some of the matchups. Brewer is taking Harvey, Wanganeen, Brown, Lyle, Burke. That's the midfield setup to start the game.
Primus to do battle again with Lowe, who leads but can't get a hand to it. Neither could Harvey at the first attempt or Huskis. Back to Primus. The big man tumbles a punt towards Dickey. And Donald plays on. Away they go. Courtesy of Rombotis up towards centre wing. There's some holding on there. And Max Hudgson's going to take it on centre wing. Short to Daniels. In the veteran class now, 163 games. Everett slipped at the crucial stage, and that opened the door just for a moment to John Rombotis. Gets it away. Kicked high down towards half forward by Dickey. A chance now for Port, but again St Kilda have the numbers. Aussie Jones hasn't missed a game this year. He goes to Nicky Winmar on the outer side of the ground. Winmar down to Everett at half forward. Oh, this looks dangerous as far as Port's concerned. Traianides will go again. Jason chips towards Lowe. Centering kick. He was edged out of it. He's got to beat 2. He's almost there. Could have been taken high. And the umpire comes in and says he'll have a bounce. And he ignores the pleading of Barry Hall, who says, how about that for Stewie Lowe? But he picked himself up very smartly, and he sets himself for the bounce. Primus edged in front. Winmar a chance if it sits, but it refuses. Oh, he goes again. He gets caught behind. Primus tries to get it out. Thompson tries to steal it. Up goes the cry of ball. Out comes Stuart Lowe. Did get a boot to it. It's tight and tough in there. This is a final, and this is what you'd expect.
That's great tackling there by the Port defence, isn't it? St Kilda going absolutely nowhere. Jack Carl really has sent his players out ready to play the game. A lot at stake here for Port Adelaide. A place in the finals in their first year. But here they are defending. Eustace again. Brewer paddles along, then on the up. Finds Bond off half-back. Kicks in Wilson in the front position. Takes it. Away he goes. Breaks away from Zilla. Takes a bounce. He's getting squeezed to the boundary line. Ran the wrong way. Needed to come back indoor. And the pressure forced the kick out on the full.
It was the pressure, wasn't it? It was really hard chasing by Zilla, one of the real hard little nuts of the St Kilda side.
So St Kilda looking to work it inboard now. Daniels with Burke. Burke to half forward. Hall. Little push first. Yes, it was. Umpire Brian Sheehan right on the spot. There's the hands on the back of Primus. Primus gives it off to Huskis. His kick pressured at the kicking spot. Out wide. Port Adelaide have the numbers, which will be able to gather it. James does that on the right foot. It's in towards half forward. Laid gathers it. The big man gives it off to Eaglin. The kick smothered, bouncing towards the square. Shanahan first back, one behind.
8 goals, 22 for that young man for the season. 2 behinds to Port.
But the Norwich Rising Star nomination this week, Sandy.
Yep. So been a good year for Port in that regard. Justin Peckett then. Fans still pouring in. Just about full now. Football park.
He's pinged him.
Yep. So back it will come. And again the door opens for Port. Scotty Cummings. Big year with 68 goals to his name. So Port a chance now to record their first. But not at the moment. Towards the half-back line. Fine mark taken by Dickey. Takes him on, Jack Daniels, and he beats him. Dickey from 50 metres. Scenery kick. Everett is there. Couldn't take it cleanly. Waitland is there. Brought back by Wanganeen, a rainmaker, and a good strong mark taken by Stephen Ziller on the last line of defence. He plays on quickly. Waitland comes away. Back towards Barry Hall. Over the top he comes. Ricochets down to Harvey. Breaks one tackle and chips away towards centre wing. That's okay. Finds Heatley a long way out. He's got Stuart Lowe alone down in the forward line. Lowe comes charging out in the lead. Drops back. Bond does it well. Huskus is on all fours. He's able to pick himself up. If there's a free kick, it's coming back. And it will be taken by Huskus.
Disposal number 7 already for Adam Huskus. Used it well. Eagleton. This is what he should have taken. Rombotis under pressure. Eagleton on the second time. Still can't get it away. St Kilda are tight and hard. So in all circumstances here tonight, all players in hard at the ball or at the opponent when they have it. Umpire Hayden Kennedy bounces it 15 metres in from the line. Primus claims front position. Surely a free, says the Port Adelaide crowd, but no. Jason Heatley, the makeshift ruckman at this contest. He steps aside to allow big Peter Everett in. I'll show you how to do it, son, he says. Front position. Everett reaches over. Doesn't clear the area. Brown dives in. Kicking in danger. Away he goes, the left footer. Beautiful kick into the forward line. Lowe can't complete the mark. Paxman's right there with him. Tied up again. Lowe gets it on out. Thompson straight in front. Smothered. Excellent work. What power not to be denied. Never giving up. And here they come again. Pushing it on our way. The Port power away, Sandy.
Brain Lyle on centre wing. He's got Wanganeen running on right half forward. But Sitz is in business. Away goes the little superstar. In towards Scotty Cummings. Belted clear by Shanahan.
That was interesting. As the ball came out of the Port defence, Wanganeen ran almost from the back of the centre square to get on the end of the kick on the way out. I must say, I wondered whether he'd take Brown on for speed, because I think Wanganeen may have burned him off, but tried to lay it off to Cummings unsuccessfully.
Deep in Port's attacking zone. Everett edged out of it, but Saints have got the numbers. Nathan Burke goes with a spiralling long kick down towards the tumbling Nicky Winmar. He can't take it. Bond can for Port. A stammering approach from centre wing up towards right half forward. Brings it inboard, over the head of Everett goes. He needs support and he's got it. It's going to be okay. An interesting bounce from Maxie Hoxton. He's going to have to go again. Off to Everett, who did well to see Daniels out the corner of his eye. He passes to Peckett. Peckett to Traianides. Traianides too high.
Still take that one though, Lee, wouldn't you, to stop the flow?
Just the hand caught round the shoulder.
Plays on to Peckett, who drifted down. He's 60 metres out. Heatley, Hall, all down in the forward line. But the kick is dropping short. And a strong mark is taken by Darren Mead. One of those Port players who has not missed a game this year and has been very, very exciting. So too is Josh Franku over the line. Reminder, of course, 7 Nightly News. And the tragic story surrounding Princess Di continues to unfold. 7 Nightly News. Stay tuned for that. In the meantime, to the outer side.
Primus in the front position. Drops it down. Josh Franco steps out of the contest. Finds a fair bit of space. Kicks to half forward. Eagleton takes it. Couple of early possessions to Nathan Eagleton. Quite dangerous from half forward to half back. The left footer kicks into the lead. Got Cummings. Great work. Immense pressure on the kick, on the lead, and it worked a gem.
Yes, everything had to be right, didn't it? He had the space to lead into Cummings, but it had to be precise. Very good left foot kick, young Eagleton. Good goal kicker when he gets a chance, but he set up Cummings here. And this is the kind of morale-boosting goal that Port need. They're in this game, in general play. It's going to be almost a 50-metre kick. It's a real maximum accurate kicking distance.
Scotty Cummings has only been goalless once this year. That was in round 7 against St Kilda and against Jamie Shanahan. Can he break the shackles here from 50? He's got it over the line. The Porter got there first. Behind. The crowd, they want it. They're willing it, Sandy.
They're super salesmen.
We'll sack the Port crowd as indicators of Port goals.
That was the coaching you gave me, Sandy. Go with the crowd, son.
Oh, dear. What a build-up, though. Back into play. Daniels gives it away to Brown. Oh, it's like a piece of soap. That's the pressure. And a bounce at half forward for Port. To the boundary line, Matty Campbell.
Sandy, this is definitely not the same side that we played against Richmond last week. The commitment is magnificent, and there's no doubt that the Port crowd is helping them get there.
Well, they almost got their first goal for them. Eagleton couldn't take it. Or Darryl Poole went through strongly, but unsuccessfully. Cripps gets a hurried kick towards the middle of the ground, and Winmar off towards Thompson. Still there in the middle, going nowhere.
It's interesting watching Adam Huskis play half-back. I'm always intrigued. He plays more of a zoning defence than a man-on-man. At the moment, Thompson, for some reason, has just pushed upfield. Now he's running back hard, as the runner has instructed him to. They want Huskis manned up, even though he's playing in defence.
On centre wing, Burke takes the hand pass away from Packett and charges into Hall at half forward. No mark, and eventually it's Brian Sheehan, the 38-year-old who was an All-Australian umpire back in 1991, who comes in to have a bounce. Right on 50 for the Saints. Primus and Everett. Well, both beaten by Bond, as a matter of fact. Franco at the bottom, Brown over the top, Everett sliding in.
Both sides are playing three big marking forwards, Cummings, Lade and Poole for Port, and of course Lowe, Hall and Heatley. So they're depending on marking power, both teams.
Thompson again, a hurried kick towards half forward. Paxman was held, didn't have it. He'll be free kicked at half back. Another Port boy to have played every game. Now 124 games to his credit. Paxman heads to the outer side. Wilson is there. Zilla. Wilson does well. Eludes two of them. He does it beautifully, this youngster. Kicks it towards the half-forward line. Hudson trying to do the work from behind. In front was Brendan Lade. Crowd don't like it. Packett's got the football, and that's all that counts. He's close to the line. There's still a player down. We'll keep an eye on that as Thompson comes away. He steadies for St Kilda. Goes over centre wing. Over the head of Winmar. Mead should tidy up the Port. He's on half-back. Sweeps it wide. He accommodates Bond, and Bond clears for Port.
Jones stands in the way for St Kilda. St Kilda player still down behind play. Hudson, is it? Maxie Hudson, very slow to get up. Austin Jones into half forward, trying to create something. It does eventually, spills on out. It's all running St Kilda's way at the moment. Thompson from 50, all in front, can't take the mark. Pressure from the Port defence. Back comes Brewer to assist. Free kick.
It's great play by Brewer. He just attacked the contest hard and actually drew a high tackle. That's half the thing. Go with the ball low and hard. The tackles will be high. You'll get a free kick.
Saw Max Hudson there, making his way towards the interchange bench. The blood there. The umpire at that end of the ground trying to get the attention of the other umpire in control of the game. Wanting to stop play, and they've now succeeded in doing that. So Max Hudson has the time to come on off. What a player he's been. He's found a real niche here at St Kilda.
It's interesting, you know, as Hudson is coming off with the blood rule, there's a boundary throw-in on the forward flank for St Kilda. There we see the heads on face contest. The Port players really just drop back and protect the space between the set play contests and the goals. It's the standard way they play. It will be interesting to see St Kilda can work their way through there. He's ran a long way, Barry Hall, to do this remonstrating. A bit of a waste of energy, I think.
Yeah.
It's a fair pair there, though.
Daryl Hall. Barry. As Matthew Young comes onto the ground.
He did have an alternative purpose. He's been sent to defence to pick up Poole when Hudson has actually left.
He thought he'd just make the most of the move, Lee.
From the throw-in. And still on half forward. Look at Wanganeen. Handled it beautifully. But the pressure was good too from Thompson. It's been a grand start. Everyone saying that Port were tired, they were gone. Huskus and Co have got other ideas. Braden Lyle showed great courage, but he's lost it as Winmar comes away again. Down towards half forward. Robert Harvey, beautifully to Young. Set sail for goal. He's just come onto the ground. And he hits the woodwork. Brett Beavers watching down on the sidelines. How about this start from Port? Brent, a little better than last week.
Yeah, it's been sensational so far. I mean, we've had enough of the ball. We just can't convert. That's the only problem.
Paxman.
I was going to say Stuart Lowe then between the devil and the blue boots. So he could have marked it, but he thought it was going through for a goal. Obviously it hit the post.
To Huskus, who wants Dickie. Donald flies.
Sandy, there's a free kick back over against Barry Hall over in the centre of the ground. Hall and Poole were continuing on, and umpire Shane McInerney has called it.
It's a basic thing in football, Wheels. As a defender, you can never be too aggressive because obviously the free kick is paid. You're almost within kicking distance.
Be worth employing someone full-time just to keep an eye on those two at the moment. Down towards full forward. Scotty Cummings! Yes, Port!
Chuck a look at the pair back at centre half forward. Cool very quickly to go and tell Barry Hall about it all.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it happened off the ball, so none of us saw what happened. But as I said before, sometimes when you're in the forward line, you can maybe pressure the opposition defence. But when you're other end of the field, you just cannot afford to have the ball turned over. It's gone from a boundary throw-in on the wing to a kick into the Port forward line, and they made the most of the shot.
And so the heat is on in the kitchen. Port Adelaide back in front. And players all around the ground standing their direct opponent toe-to-toe. Harvey, Wanganeen, what a pair. Wanganeen wins out on this occasion. Oh, the villain.
I don't think it'll be the first time in his career he gets booed. What do you think?
To Cripps. Back in towards the half-forward flank. Huskus charges the ball down. What a dashing half-back flanker. To Dickey. Tentative bounce. A second one a bit more aggressive. Squeezes past Matty Young into half-forward for Port Adelaide. Roving done by Franco. No. Free kick to St Kilda. Advantage paid. Away comes Peckett. A couple of bounces. The back pocket kicked a goal last week. Might have a sniff here now. No. Off to Young. A well-directed kick. That's a good one for the forwards. There's Winmar. Can't take it. Ground level. Nicky Winmar. Cute little kick into the front of the goals. Trianides tries off with a handball. Wanganeen back there. Works with Rombotis. Spins it right. Port have a run through the centre. Lyles away. The target, he's got Franco. There's one on over the top. Zilla holds him up professionally. Missed the opportunity.
I reckon they're the kind of things that should be 50. Zilla has ran 2 or 3 metres over the mark to make sure that he tackled the player marking the ball.
Franco. Up towards the 50. Big mark taken by Brendan Lay. He plays on. Now a chance for Port Power to make it 22 minutes. Yes! Michael Wilson gives them an 8-point lead, and they've gone mad.
Yes, I think it's fair to say Football Park is rocking, Sandy. Not only Channel 7's footy. No, he can run hard, that Wilson. Lay just the extra height and opening to mark the ball. Wilson just knew that if he could get to the 50-metre mark, he just about kicked the distance. He was able to kick the distance and kick it straight. Well shepherded through by Cummings, so all the morale now with Port Adelaide.
Michael Wilson's sensational year continues as he gets their second. Port lead. Back in the middle, it's Burke. Tries to rip it out for St Kilda. He's going nowhere. Look at the work of big Matthew Primus. Tireless. Johnny Cale, the oldest coach in the business at the moment. He knows all about this sort of pressure. Here's Harvey at the back of the pack. He gets through, as we know only Harvey can, down towards the forward line. Bond defends again, has it, loses it, regains it, needs support, and he gets it. Kingskus has been best man on ground in this first quarter. Here he goes again, the elusive Pimpernel. Kick is going to drop short, just over the head of Everett. It's going to be all right though for Wilson. He's in the thick of things again. He looks towards Cummings. Cummings is up in the forward line. No free kick, said the umpire. Dickey is there, but so too is Shanahan and Peckett, and they combine to get St Kilda out of trouble. Back towards centre wing.
The wrestle continues on the wing, drop down to ground level. Back inboard dangerously because Harvey gets on the end of it. Feeds it off to Daniels, takes a bounce. Need to get your kick in, Jack. Pressure, and that'll allow Port to get back and defend. Numbers are there, they've got it now. Rombotis flips it on out the back the wrong way. Heatley gathers the back ball and puts it through. Rombotis just heeling it out the wrong way.
Well, yes, it's the rule, isn't it? You know you can't lay on the ball, so you've just got to knock it clear. He certainly knocked it to the boundary line here, Rombotis, so he really did all he could. He didn't knock it inboard, but Heatley, we've seen him many times, grab the ball one step, hook the ball across his body, knows where the goals is, Jason Heatley. Good effort.
So St Kilda's second goal, Jason Heatley back to 2 points. A minute of play left. Primus drops it down. Brown's been busy, but Primus follows up, kicks off the ground. Young fumbles. Eagleton, left foot, right to the square. It's a one-on-one contest. Cummings, Shanahan, great work in front. Support from Zilla. Free kick to Shanahan. Be careful, Jamie.
A little test of strength that on that occasion was won by Shanahan. But umpire Shane McInerney just saying to the likeable defender, cool down. Donald Dickey, the big flyer, comes over the top of Lazarevich. Great line! A high kick in towards full forward once again. Cummings is late on the scene. It's pushed down towards Harvey, but he's beaten by Eagleton. He's quick to claim him. Could have been holding the ball. No play on. Cummings does. Bounces it in towards goal. Wanganing's going to be late on Burke. Burke heads for the boundary line. Throw it in, says the umpire. 2 points the margin, favouring Port. 2 goals, 3 to 2-1. Port's 2 goals coming in a blistering 2-minute burst. Late in the turn. Maybe another one. Josh Franco, round the body. Oh, he's kicked up! What a goal by Josh Franco! That's to bring the work down here.
Well, I think one thing we have to know with Port Adelaide, they're a different team in Adelaide than they are away. They've had a couple of ordinary games away from home, but tonight, for high stakes, they're pretty pumped. And now they're just starting to get the accuracy right. Early in the game, they had a few shots and missed, but they've kicked 3 goals, and they've got the crowd behind them.
Eight points the margin. But only seconds remain. In the middle, Burke spins out of trouble. There goes the siren, it's quarter time. And the ascendancy with Port, 3-3-21. St Kilda,
2-1-13.
Good start by the Power. So just about set then for the second quarter here at Football Park. Great first term as Peter Everett gets in the set position. Matthew Primus, his opponent, is ready to charge, and he does exactly that. Down towards Poole. This time he's got the benefit of the umpire. He's got the free kick from the middle. Goes inside 50 once again. Over the head of Cummings. Wilson is the danger man. He's lurking in the pocket. He needs help. He's got it now, but a fumble by James. Sees the ball stay in play and sees it with Everett. He goes over the top of Harvey. James keeps persisting. Harvey gets the hand pass away. St Kilda are going to run this out of trouble. The kick is going to be okay too by Smith by Jones up towards centre wing. There'll be a free kick going the way of another number 5, that being Bond. Shane Bond. Towards right half forward. Everett backs into the pack, gets a hand to it and pushes over the line.
I think this contest between Stuart Lowe and Darren Mead is going to be very, very important. All year Mead has been able to spoil effectively against all comers, and the Port Adelaide small defenders, as we saw then with Bond, they seem to get on the end of that loose ball very quickly.
So the throw in half forward for Port Adelaide, with Harvey looking to turn it back. Steps through. Robert Harvey, disposal number 7, 38 last time these two sides played. Brown to centre half forward. Dickey's the flyer, falls to ground level. Bond, good hands to Primus. Back to Dickey. Just lets go a wobbler into half forward. Man in front. Bull couldn't complete it. Zilla steps away. Runs through half back. Sends it back towards Lowe. He'll fly from behind. Mead, great score from defence. No hesitation. Brown takes it, gets the kick, pressure's there. This allows Rombotis to take it. Spins on out wide at Eagleton. Everett comes down onto him. Eagleton does very well, controls the ball. The left foot into half forward. Wilson flies, can't complete it. Wakeland pushes on out wide. Donald Dickey, as much room as he wants, just sits. Takes it from behind there, back to Poole. Brewer, pressure from Burke, sensational tackle. You don't get away from him. And they're coming right in there.
It was a quick tackle, wasn't it, from Nathan Burke? If he'd given half a step, the Port player, Lyle, the ball would have been off, but Burke was there and drew the ball up. Good play.
On centre wing. Good tackling by both sides. Thompson gets it over the top. It's okay to Tony Brown. He's 52 metres out. Just pokes it in towards half forward. Belted clear by Rombotis, but doesn't gather quite the distance that he may have liked. Kept in play by Brown. He goes again towards Winmar. Underground hand pass. Cleared wide, and again it's Huskus who sees it safely over the line. Adam Huskus, 11 possessions in the first term. And arguably the best player on the ground. Defended magnificently. Everett and Primus to do battle again. Primus. John Cales asked them for one supreme effort to do what not one single person thought they could do in this debut year, make it into the finals. Daniels held up. Still on centre wing. Primus and Everett like two trees leaning in the wind. Burke couldn't take it cleanly. Justin Peckett's away from the middle of the ground. Goes up towards the 50. Was touched, so play on to be the call run. But it's got a hand to it. And then Paxman applies a very good tackle on Jason Trianides.
Tackling's just sensational. There's 10 tackles to each side at this stage. And that's a very high figure, running minutes into the second quarter. Burke, the pressure's on him. Gets the kick away though. Heatley in front. The advantage of being the man in front as the quick kick comes in.
Well, it should happen, shouldn't it? The defender has to have one eye on the forward and one eye on the play up ahead. A forward doesn't have to worry about the former of those, and Heatley, he was able to take the first step before Paxman into the balls that generally drop short when they're kicked quickly out of a pack.
There's a 9-goal bag against North Melbourne. 7 goals, 2 last week, 1 already today. I'd say he's got 2 today. So Heatley gets his second and St Kilda's third.
He's a good finisher. He hasn't looked like really marking the ball in the contest yet, Heatley. But just that ability to play in front, play the percentages, that quick snap in the first quarter. At the moment, Mead's got Lowe under control. Hall is already in defence, and at the moment, Everett hasn't been able to slip in to St Kilda's forward line. So at the moment, the Port defence has been on top.
Again back to a 2-point ball game. Jason Heatley scoring his second. Everett a big leap, maybe a fraction too early. Brewer twisting and turning. Gets clear, a high ball down towards a right half forward. His target was Eagleton. Young did well to score. Harvey's in trouble. The cry of ball again goes unheeded. Comes out the back door, courtesy of Jones. Back in towards the middle. Eagleton does well. Donald Dickey wants to get clear, but he can't. Turned over and taken by Aussie Jones. He hasn't missed a game this year as young Oz. Down towards the 50. This could be dangerous as the kick in towards full forward can give St Kilda the lead. And it does. Well done by Tony Brown. Goal number 16 for the season and his first for the night. The Saints by 4 points.
And here we see that Stuart Lowe, at least he prevented Mead rocking the ball back a long way. It's one thing to have the ball spoiled in the marking contest, but then Stuart Lowe got the body in. I think some of the Port people may have thought it should have been a free kick, and in fact it is a free kick at the centre bounce here for an off-the-ball incident. So off we go again, Sandy.
Primus drives it in long. Lyle takes the mark. Beckett right there with him. The quick ball into the forward line there from Matthew Primus, wasted no time whatsoever. Braden Lyle, the leading disposal winner for Port Power this year. Just keeps on running. Approaching 50 games. Working tonight to try and notch that 50 up in a final series. Kicks long, right towards the line. St Kilda defence, Everett back there, the tall man. And without doubt, that's where he needs to be. Long shots from 50, the ruckman has to get back to that line and stretch up. Aussie Jones will do the kicking in. See the grouping there, St Kilda in front. Now they've all spread. Jones asked to move along, does so dangerously. Harvey tries to get it back to him. Here's the chance for Cummings, slaps it back inside. Jones are behind, and Aussie, give it to someone else to kick in, mate.
Well, it's when you kick, you see Aussie, the breath. Yeah. When you kick the ball in short from these kicking situations, it has to be really low and firm. As soon as the ball holds up in the air, it gives the zone player a chance to get there to spoil. And Wilson, very alert, got there, almost created an opportunity for Port.
He's penning a letter to Nathan Buckley. Dear Nathan, how do you do it? Brewer, beautifully to Franco. Here's a chance for Josh. In a couple of minds. Eventually spins to Wilson. Port's got the answer. Michael Wilson gets his second, and Port regains the lead.
How often do we see it when possession is won from the kick in and the ball comes back into the forward line very quickly? Wilson, who's the zone player, all of a sudden said, who's on him? And no one is on him because Wilson is playing in the zone. That's why it's so important from the kick in to maintain possession for the first or second, third possession.
2 goals to Michael Wilson. Port Adelaide by 4 points. As darkness sets in around Football Park, which is great football at the moment. Here's Winmar on half-back for St Kilda, drifting it back to Burke almost in the middle. Tucks it under his arm and away he goes. One aggressive bounce. Low trajectory kick in towards Heatley. Couldn't take the mark. Chipped on by Lowe, then he goes again, but they've got him. They pounce upon him. The hand pass is going to be okay. They're out of trouble, Port. Suddenly, back towards the centre. Towards half forward now. Going past was Eagleton. Couldn't take it cleanly. They go down like 9 pins. Wilson was one. Another was Lade. And it's going to be Brendan Lade who's got it. Just forward at the centre. Cummins gives him a lead. Cummins is down to half forward. There's an open goal square. He goes over the top. He's got Eagleton there. Eagleton's going to be the first to recover. If it sets, he does. He kicks it. There'll be a riot here soon.
Yes, that was a really good kick. Cummins came forward. Lade saw the open goal, saw that Eagleton was coming back. Keep your feet. That was it. Eagleton kept his feet. Young went to ground. He recovered and kicked the goal. Now, very soon now, I think Vidovic might be on the ground because I think that Primus may be just doing a bit too well in these ruck contests against Everett. Everett isn't finding the ball around the ground. I think the Vidovic into the ruck, Everett up forward might be on very soon.
And the Port Power chant goes up. Everett, Primus again, wins it for his side. Dickey in hard, sits on it. Primus makes sure it doesn't come on out.
That's what Lazavidovic's there for in the St Kilda side. If the actual ruck work isn't quite going Everett's way, he's not the absolute best ruckman in the game, even though he's got the height, but it's his ability to get into the forward line as a marking option as well, and that's what is not happening tonight. Primus is dictating the terms of this ruck contest.
Umpire Hayden Kenny is setting up the two ruckmen. They push, they shove. Everett drops it down. Brewer does the roving though. Out to Lyle, quickly on the left foot. Reaches half forward. Young does the spoiling. Here's the chance for a big load. 45 metres out. Goes for it. It's faded to the left. The momentum is with Port.
And when Lay turned Barry Hall in, I'm sure the St Kilda coaching box would have rang down and said, is Max Hudson ready to go back on? I don't think Hall even has the turning ability to be able to go with a big guy like Lay.
It's been a long haul for Max Hudson. I didn't think he'd be off for that long. Low, long way up from ground.
I think it's low in the ruck and Everett for it. That's the move that St Kilda have made.
So here he goes towards Winmar. Not even going to get to the contest, Nicky. He's held out. Will take the free kick.
And I think that's a good move by St Kilda. Lowe was down at centre-half forward. Why not put him into the ruck, see if they can work him into the game, see if Everett can get a kick up forward.
Winmar short to Burke, dangerously short because it didn't carry. Free kick back to Burke, legged. That short kick really has to go to a player who can turn and go. Nathan Burke was never going to do that. He gives it to Winmar. The long kick goes forward. Everett's caught behind. Cripps does the roving. Bustled out of it. Brown, the goal kicker. Handball, not effective. Harvey too easily taken over the line by Ron Botus.
A reminder, of course, 7 Nightly News coming your way later tonight on 7 with an extensive report on the tragedy surrounding Princess Di. So stay with 7 for all that news. In the meantime, play goes on. Bond is on all fours. Tries to get it out, and he does find it. Almost got pinged. Lyle, straight up in the air. And a long time coming down. They've got to stand their ground. Brewer is there to do the roving work. Burke is there for St Kilda. Primus over the top. Harvey there too. And if Port were puffed after a long season, you wouldn't know it at the moment. In their debut year, they lead by 11 points in their quest for a finals berth. Harvey running wide. Trianides clean bowl. Coupleworth. Trianides goes again. Kicks in towards the forward line. Danger now. Thompson if he can pick it up. Brown if he can get clear. He can't, Tony Brown. He kicked a goal earlier in the quarter, but he's claimed this time. Braden Lyle chasing, harassing and catching. But a chance for the Saints. Down in their scoring zone. Lowe tries to centre it. That's okay. Comes back again. Pressure on Port. They're equal to the task. Primus tries to do a lot. He's given it away. And the goal has been kicked by Rodney Keogh. The Saints hit back and they're down now by 5 points.
Well, there's not much more pressure on a player when he's a defender and he's got the ball on the edge of the goal square there. And Primus, it was just what do I do with the ball here? He had to get rid of it. He was being tackled. He tried to hit the ball through the goals, but a couple of St Kilda players goal side and a valuable goal against the general trend of this match.
Fierce tackling in the St Kilda forward line results in a goal to Rod Keogh. 5 points now, the difference between the two sides. Thompson, low off the ground to half forward, Eustace.
Now a holding free kick against Mead to Everett. Sometimes this is what happens, that extra height of Everett compared to Lowe, and he was just trying too hard to establish the body contact, and that third umpire down there only needs a very slight tug of the Guernsey, and the umpire there in the foreground saw it. Technical free kick, probably there.
So Everett, round 22 specialist, 6 and 7 goals the last 2 years. Kicks. He's got his first one here tonight. So results from Stan Ells' move almost immediately, with Everett getting the free kick from the umpire and making good the goal.
Yes, they're not looking like getting a lot of opportunities tonight, St Kilda, but they are making the most of them. He's a good converter, Everett, and this is his value as a ruckman. If he was a conventional ruckman, if he wasn't winning in the ruck, he'd have to be off the ground. He can go forward and be a dangerous option as a tall target down that end.
So the Saints hit back and they lead by a point in this seesawing struggle. Primus high out of the middle. Frank, who wants it running down the ground. Can Eagleton get it to him? He can't. Eagleton does it on his own. Just chips them inside 50, but Cripps has got some pace about him. Does well. Gets there first and heads for the boundary line. Effective scoring shots to 7 in favour of Port, but it's St Kilda by 1 point. For those of you who just joined us, you've got the best seat in the house. Belted towards centre wing, taken by Braden Lyle. Comes inside, Meads alone, smack bang in the middle. He'll go long, in towards half forward, towards the big guns, but Lowe was there, couldn't take it, the hand pass over the top. There's got to be a free kick for a high tackle. Stewie Lowe knew that he'd infringed. And the youngster is going to have a shot, young Eagleton.
It was just the height of the two players. He just reached for the ball, Stuart Lowe, but his reaching height was basically head height for young Nathan Eagleton, who has been very, very impressive tonight. He's been impressive all year. A very, very quick player when he sort of gets the space between him and the ball. Always looks like he's got the ability to burst clear.
But how's his accuracy? So far this season, 9 goals, 22. Kicking from 40 metres. No worries about that accuracy. He gets his second, and Port again answer to regain the lead.
Yes, again, this centre bounce clearance, that started off. Primus has actually been terrific in there in the centre bounce ruck work. This is the problem, whether Everett is now back in the centre square. This is where Vidovic, from St Kilda's point of view, might be better option against Primus, but once it went straight down the centre corridor, Port won the free kick to goal.
17 minutes into the second quarter, and the 5th lead change of the match. Wanganeen bursts through, then steps through. That's class. Look at this. Lay it down. It is an absolute pleasure to watch that man in full flight.
And again, the ruck work of Primus got the momentum going. I thought Wanganeen, then he made a mistake. He kicked the ball from outside 50, should have backed himself to run at the goals, could have easily got into 30 to 40 at a much more easy kick.
Gavin Wanganeen a very tough week last week against Duncan Callaway, as did the entire Port side have against Richmond. They're a different unit here tonight. Lay being very, very good in this opening half. Coming up for his 9th disposal. Generally uses it well. Does so this time. Primus has another one. Short inside. Floats over the top. Zilla takes it away from Wilson. Heads towards the boundary line. That's going to be his friend because there's not too many others out there. As the ball will be thrown in. And Rodney Eads. His side will take on the Western Bulldogs next week. In the first week of the finals.
Taking on the trio on the couch. We've moved it north to Sydney for talking footy. Here's Wilson again. Been a real live wire. Thompson's on him and forces the ball over. 8 minutes remaining in this first half. As you would expect, very, very tight. Brent Heaver, at this stage of proceedings, what do you think?
Yeah, it's been good so far. I mean, it's a pretty tight game, and we, any side could break away. I think it's been good so far.
Can you see anywhere where Port could gain the ascendancy, Brent, or where in turn they could improve?
I think our lead power is we're really playing with a lot of speed today, and St Kilda a bit taller than us. That's an area we can improve.
Although, Brent, your biggest player, Matthew Primus, he's dominating the centre square.
Yeah, well, it does help if the ruckman's getting first knocking the ball. He's knocking it down to Wanganeen and Braden Lyle.
44 plays 37. Brent Heaver, special guest in the outer tonight. Enjoy his comments. He's a little tense, as you would understand. Thompson takes the kick in. We'll look down, perhaps, towards his tall timber. Towards Peter Everett. Laid at the back is an effective spoiler. Brewer confronts Burke. Out it comes towards James. He did well. Brewer also spins twice. Barry Hall spins once. Gives it to Thompson. St Kilda out of the immediate danger zone, but Eustace marks on centre leg.
This half-back line, I'm going to say, Sandy, this half-back line of Port well on top here.
And 5 hand passes. He's been fantastic, hasn't he? To half forward. Hall didn't fly. Out the back it comes. Poole lunges. Young sockers off the ground. Only as far as Dickey. He claims the play and the tackle. Cripps goes once. He goes twice. Then he leaves it for Peckett. He's got a path through the middle. And away goes Justin Peckett. A couple of bounces. He's suddenly into attack. St Kilda are inside 50. Can they convert here? They trail at the moment. Paxman defends. He gets it away to Mead. And now Port out of trouble.
With the left foot out towards the outer wing. Franco under pressure. 2 Saints, 3 Saints, tied up. Very good defensive work from the Port power. Mead in control across half-back, along with Eustace. Rebounding football, a strength of this side. They lead by 7, just on 6 minutes of play remaining in the first half. Hall spins it on out wide. The kick to half forward. Free kick, mark whatever you want to Stephen Daniels. Gives it to the run of Eustace. Why not give it to him? He's running hot. His kick into the centre of the ground. It's flicked over the top. Trianides dives on it, stops the flow of it, turns it back his way to Burke, but the umpire's coming in. Free kick back to Trianides. Umpire Shane McInerney makes the decision. Trianides, left foot, out wide to Thompson. He in turn to Jones, steps back inboard, giving himself a little bit more room, takes it on with a bounce. Inboard to Harvey, squeeze, on out, Thompson again, running straight, kicking straight, it's home.
Well, he's going to have to kick a goal or two, Andrew Thompson, because part of his role tonight is to try and make sure Adam Eustace doesn't get too much of the ball, and Eustace had 16 possessions even at this stage of the game, but this time Thompson had the chance, had to balance himself, knew that there was a Port player coming from his right, but judged it nicely, kept his composure under pressure.
Andrew Thompson gets his first goal for the night. The Saints again hit back. They're down by a point. Laid wins it out of the middle, but it's Zilla with strength who gets clear. Pushes wide. Burke a chance to run. Franco is there. Daniels also. Burke first to it. Quickly gets it down towards the half-forward line of Tony Brown. Brown gives it away once again. St Kilda coming with a surge late in the quarter, but chopped off. James comes towards half-back, taken by Lyle. He's going to have to be quick as Winmar pounces on him. Kicks in towards half-forward. Not far enough, and it's taken away by Peckett. A long kick in towards Stewart, low territory once again, but what a mark by Laid. Off to Paxman. Wanganeen's in the middle. He might have another crack at them. Wanganeen, 70 metres out. This time goes onto the left foot. In towards full forward. Everett was there working hard. Look at this kick. He gets his first. And it's just goal for goal at the moment, Lee.
Well, and interestingly that Matthew Primus was down in the forward line and Peter Everett was opposed to him. Everett tries to do the opposite up the other end, but Brewer, he's having a spell up forward. His main job to be tonight is to be playing on Robert Harvey, but doesn't have the job for every minute, and a very, very valuable snap at goal.
Shane Brewer playing game number 92 out of a possible 96. His time at Geelong and now back here at Port Adelaide. Picks up a valuable goal as we approach half-time. Power surge forward again. Poole just taken off the ball by Harvey to Brown. Wants to get onto his left, has enough pace to do that. Kicks in now to half-forward. There's the contest. Heatley knocks it on back down. Rombotis stepping this way, that way, can't get out. Feeds the ball on out towards James. He in turn to the wing. Wilson, good body work there on Jones. Over the top, Bond, very cute. Steps around, lost it now. Harvey rebounds it back. front position. His options long. Here it is. They set themselves. The spoil was good. Rebound out low. Charges through on the right foot. Heads back towards Daniels. Can't quite take it. Heatley steps out on the left foot. He's got past everyone. He squeezed it home. St Kilda 1 point down. 3 goals to Jason Heatley.
Well, there's some fantastic ground level work going up in the respective forward lines. Neither forward line really is looking like marking the ball in anything like a contest. But this ground level flurry, Brewer did one up the other end. And he just was able to get the left foot to the ball as he was tackled. Heatley, 3 very valuable goals.
Poole is off, Geister is on. For Port. A 1 point break. Could you get a better finish to the home and away than this? Burke. There's Geister trying to get in the thick of things. Wilson has run just about the entire half, and he's still going strong. Daniels persists, and he makes him work hard. This is Stephen Ziller. Pops one over the top. The Saints a chance through Harvey to direct the traffic, and he does to Daniels. Spears the pass in towards Everett. The big man 70 metres out. He lumbers clear, long and low, in towards Heatley territory once again. Where are the Rovers? Where are the Crummers? Almost a high tackle. Play on, says the umpire. Thompson does. Kicks it high in towards full forward. He's off target, out of bounds on the full. Away comes Adam Huskis. Towards half-back, Daniels in from the side. Wasn't good enough. Short kick by Lyle, but umpire Shane McInerney is taking it back. And it'll be a free kick by Brendan Lade. Now under 3 minutes. Lade goes towards Brewer. Look for the free kick. Didn't come his way. On centre wing. Anybody's ball. An important one too. Picked up by Young because he's got Cripps loose on right half forward. He can go down to Thompson. Didn't see him in time. Comes back inside to Burke. Burke has a look down the forward line. Spears in the pass towards half forward. Romboda showed courage. Thompson follows it down. Kicks it high in towards full forward. Belted towards the line. And over in the right forward pocket. Doing the defending was Stephen Daniels. Down to the boundary line, Matt Campbell.
Sandy, yeah, Jack Carl's taken Darragh Paul off. He's struggled to get into the game, but I think his presence has just been enough. And it's given Paul Geister his first run for the whole year. And what a crackerjack game to come into at centre forward, the young fella from North Melbourne.
So St Kilda's opportunity late in the quarter. Harvey lurking. His side trailing by just 1 point. 2 minutes of play. And the game has been played at a frenetic pace right throughout this half. Either end of the ground. Tackling, smothering, then breaks through the centre. Here's the chance now. Port, Wilson off the ground, out towards the line. St Kilda will want to keep it in. They do, only as far as Bond. He works again with Huskis. Short, Lyle. He has a heap of room here. In towards Gosser, Wakelin over the top. Allowed to go on. Beckett out the side. Everett's on the wing. Is he going to get it? Yes, he does. Just before Mead, they're there to gather him up. On the left foot, onto Burke. Burke can run on to 50. He has the options in the square. Decides to go short. Finds Keogh. Keogh with 1 goal. 1 point the difference. 29-minute mark. Winmark can't complete it. Just a handball forward, hoping someone can run onto it. But it's this man who owns the ball at the moment, Huskis. Drives it on out. The contest, a very heavy one on the wing. Ball not gone out. St Kilda keep it alive. Jones back inboard. Thompson stretches. Thompson marks.
Yeah, that was well done by Keogh to keep it in play as Thompson heads towards Stewie low at the back. Up go the big bucket hands, but he can't take it. Finesse from Jason Daniels. What can he do as he bends it round his body? It's like a magnet, however. And finding it is Adam Huskis. 14 kicks, 5 marks, 3 hand passes. Sensational first half. Franco too has been good as he looks towards centre wing inside the last 3/4 of a minute. The dancing Harvey can't get clear, neither can Stephen Ziller. He'll go again though, and again. Finally he does to Young. An important time for Port because St Kilda could charge with another goal here. That dearly love at the Saints. Laid almost throws it out the side door. Taken by Huskus. A tired-looking kick goes towards centre wing. And who can blame him for that? As Dickey rides Ziller over the line.
Has muscle fatigue on his right thigh, Adam Huskus. Someone better tell him he's playing defence. He's not playing midfield. He's had almost 20 possession in a half of football.
John Cale down on the bench with only seconds remaining. Gee, he's got to be proud of these boys. Both sides have put up a fantastic effort. Brewer is at the bottom. Straddling him is Jack Daniels. Survival of the fittest, Lee.
Yes, well, that's about what it's going to be. It has been a very, very hectic pace. Both sides have done well. They've got to earn all their goals.
So there it is, the halftime siren sounding here at Football Park. A fantastic first half in this final.
As though this is the quarter that they're going to get on top. They felt as though they had the ascendancy just towards the end. And it's a question of whether Port, who did look tired just before half-time, and they've got some sore guys, or whether they can keep going and stay with them. Robert Harvey, by the way, has got a bit of a knock to the knee, so I have to watch that.
Umpire Brian Sheehan in readiness for the third quarter. Is this the premiership quarter? Nathan Burke goes off the ground. Donald Dickey's right on his hammer, but not before he gets the kick. James first to it for Port, met by Young. Spills free, Eagleton taken off the ball, goes again. They pounce upon it on the outer wing. Everett chatting with Bond. Brewer there also. Wanganeen wearing one. Produced glimpses of magic. Lyle wearing 9. David and Goliath on that occasion, with Lyle going up against Everett. Burke down towards the half-forward line. And Bond under pressure gets the hand pass away. The fancy work is okay. Huskus' kick wobbles off the side, goes towards James. He couldn't take it cleanly. Eagleton pops it up in the air straight to himself and is then held. Umpire Sheehan says yes. So Eagleton will take it on the defensive side of centre. This 18-year-old, highly talented player takes on player on the mark in Tony Brown and beats him. Low trajectory kick goes down towards Braden Lyle. He's claimed. Ball spills free to Stephen Ziller. First goal of this, absolutely vital. Ziller kicks it back in towards the middle. Lowe comes charging at it. Barry Hall was there too. He left it for Stewie. Keogh leaves it again. So did Daniel. Still with Stewie Lowe. Barry Hall's drifted down to the half-forward line. And he takes the mark. This big man hustling Barry. Looks a mean machine, a former boxer. His kick is good to Brown, down in the pocket. Let loose. And Tony Brown kicked the goal in the second quarter, came into this game with 15 next to his name, has a chance to regain the lead for St Kilda. A lead that has changed hands 6 times so far. Goes close to the man on the mark and goes to the left. So scores all tied up.
St Kilda's second behind for the evening. 6 goals straight in the second quarter to the Saints. Got them right back into the match. Now it's all tied up, all square with Stephen Paxman to do the kicking in. A little undecided. Elects to go the long kick outside 50. Everett laid little body work and does well. Very good mark. Feeds it back on out. Romboda steps back in and then out again. He's away across half-back. Kicks to half-forward. Wakeland wrestling with Poole. Support. Watch this bloke work. Wanganeen loses it. It ends up with Josh Franco. He handballs out in front of himself. Keeps the ball in. Feeds back inboard. James, the left foot, right to the top of the square. Contest forms. Primus flies. He's taken. Free kick. Just dragged there by Hudson.
Yes, interesting this situation. Port have decided to play late in the ruck at the start of this quarter, and of course Primus up forward. Hudson is back on, but it's the extra height. He's such a big man, Primus, that Hudson is giving away quite a bit of size. Too conscious of trying to establish the body, not letting him reach, gives away an obvious free.
For his first score for the night, Matty Primus, he's got it. Port Adelaide get the first of the second half and lead by those 6 points.
Yes, well, it was a bit of a punt, I thought. I thought Primus has dominated the ruck, so to put Lade back in there to give him a spell, just to change it round. But certainly this is the kind of reward that John Kay would like. Kick it long and high, front of the goal square, and he is a good mark of the ball, Primus. Just too big, too strong for Hutchkin, who gave away a free kick. All he could do.
So the Power by 6 points as we go back into the middle. Lade again, rises against Everett. Burke whips it out of the middle, down towards Lowe, who marks strongly at half forward, feeds it off to Winmar, spears a pass in towards right half forward. Mark not taken play on the call, and Paxman does. Gets the hand pass away to Rombotis. Stuck in the pocket. Which way will he go? Takes on one, takes on two, eventually goes back again. He'll get them out of trouble, and the kick is going to be okay. It finds Dickey. Well done by Mead. Dickey on half back. Goes in towards the centre. Oh, just nipping in, beautifully done by Lade. Off to Brewer. Port charge forward once again. Down towards the right half forward. Peckett has got to beat a couple here. Wanganeen does well, but it goes straight to Everett. The bounce, which way is it going to go? Well, he took a chance bomb, and it's going to be okay. Back to Brewer again. Again, it falls on the chest of Everett.
So Everett patrolling across half-back for the Saints. Looking to set something now. Comes in short to Tony Brown. Uses the long left foot kick. Pushing, shoving, low behind. Mead does the sport and get only as far as Barry Hall. Right foot. He has missed 21 metres. Perfect opportunity. Sitting front and square to the contest was Hall. Messed up the shot. Port now at the opportunity. Dickey, eventually it's with Eagleton. Lovely long left foot kick to half forward. Poole. Wakeland's there. Poole's working with him. Daniels, he's caught. And the ball eventually over the line and out of bounds.
It's a joy to watch someone as quick and balanced as Nathan Eagleton in the way he kicks the ball at full stride. Lovely time of the ball, really smooth mover.
Throw in on centre wing. Everett again. Does well to Burke. Kicks into the man on the mark. Taken by Harvey. Under pressure. Quick kick. Only travels as far as Donald Dickey. Has played every game this season. One of the 9 for Port. It's been very good. Very exciting to watch. Dickey up towards the 50. Towards Poole and co. Trying to do the work from behind. Frank who gets out. Towards Eagleton. He wobbles it in towards goal. Needs it to spin back. But it won't far enough. And it's taken over the line as Matthew Primus unable to tap it. One behind. What a finish to what has been a memorable home and away season. The Power by 7 points. Here's Robert Harvey. From full back towards the middle. Okay to Winmar. Nicky goes over the top. The Saints desperate for the next one. Young on centre wing. Pushes down in front of Waitman. Look out! With him is Keogh. Centering kick by Rod Keogh. Port have the numbers. Lyle does it well from the back. Could have gone laterally, but goes more direct towards Eagleton. He's got to beat Burke. Youth versus experience. Primus comes into assist. Sockers it down to Wanganeen. Clean molds him. They followed it down. Look at Eagleton go. 52 metres from home. He sets sail for goal. The full forward. Almost pulled in by Cummings. Now he's got Shanahan. He heads for the line. This is pressure football, and it's eventually taken over.
Matthew.
Yeah, David Brown warming up to come on, and they're going to give Michael Wilson a rest because he's had a good long year, but I'm sure there's nothing wrong with him. He'll be back into it.
So Wilson's covered a lot of ground here tonight. Brown, the fresh player, on for his first run, but this time it's Harvey from half-back for the Saints. Bond in front. Young supports at ground level. The little give to Hall. It's okay, he's out. Found the clear run from Peckett from the back pocket, right in the centre of Footy Park. It goes long, 30 metres out from goal now for the Saints. Spills on out, Rombotis doing well across the half-back line for the Power. Kicks for the line and gets the line in front of Adam Eustace.
Plays there's Vidovic coming on too, so a double change. Barry Hall is the man off for St Kilda as Brown comes on for the power.
David Brown's first run for the Knights. 4 times a Port Adelaide premiership player. But now it's all with Burke. Just squeezes it back around. Young in the front position. Can't get it. Keogh, bit of strength. Steps out. Zilla on the left foot. It's high. They're going to have to fly from behind. It's knocked down again. Thompson's the rover. Dives in on the ball. Needs to get out. Brown, left foot, gives it to Jones. He on the left. He over the shoulder. He's put it there. First goal of Austin Jones as a result from Tony Brown.
I think there's been some fantastic goals kicked tonight. There has to be, because all the scoring is coming from these crumbing type goals. The marking forwards really just can't get a look in tonight too often. But again, there's been some fantastic finishing under pressure. That's time it was Aussie Jones. Good kick, either side of the body. Great left foot snap.
So first goal to Aussie. Saints fans alight again. Back to a 1-point margin. Rocking in Moorabbin, rocking in Bells in South Melbourne for the power, and rocking in Brisbane because the Lions will be watching this very, very closely.
It's an interesting stage of the game. Laser Vidovic has been finally thrown into the ruck position. He is a specialist ruckman and enables Everett to go back and give St Kilda that extra height in the forward line. Just see what effect this has on the game.
Paul beats Vidovic on that occasion, down towards Wanganeen. Look at that control. He's ridden into the ground. To be free kick. Out like a piece of blotting paper when he hits the turf. He's so low. In towards Scotty Cummings, the big flyer. Winmar was in front. Pressure on the defence once again. Shanahan stands firm. Kicks back towards the centre. Huskus was in front. Wanganeen again looks for the free kick. Trianides gets the hand pass away. Peckett has a chance to take the hand pass. And he goes up towards the right half forward flank. Towards the 50. Low. Beautifully trapped by Stewie. Centering kick by the master now. Bad bounce for Young, however. And again the Port power defend. The Huskus. He's on half back. Adam Huskus, fantastic. Brown in the middle, the power away. They go surging forward, up towards the 50. Here comes Scotty.
Isn't it again, it's initiated by those sweepers in defence. That time it was Bond. Sometimes it's Huskus. Even Mead gets over to help. And once they got the ball on the way out, Huskus set up Brown, who then set up Cummings. But it all started with, again, the Port Adelaide defenders mopping up.
His only goal to date has been kicked at this end. Kicking from 50. Almost directly in front. Into a slight breeze. It doesn't deter him in the least. Cummings gets his second. And Port get a steadier. Again, they open up a 7-point lead.
Yes, they can't quite drop St Kilda off, but certainly they are making it tough for the Saints to get on terms in this second half. Again, as I mentioned, it was just really a stand and play forward. Once Brown was able to get free in the centre square, the contest was won way back in the St Kilda forward line, and from then on it was loose plays on the way out.
The power by 7. Scotty Cummings, his second goal. Both left of screen, one in the first and one now in the third. A high jump. Austin Jones cleans up. Zilla giving the run from behind. Kicks into half forward. Low, only a couple of marks so far this season. Receiving beaten pointless there. Paxman gives the run away. In towards Beckett and Wanganeen. Wanganeen goes to the ground. It's alive at half forward. St Kilda, Daniels to Jones again, out towards the wing. 2 Saints there. Trianides allows Harvey and it drops between the pair of them. Moment's hesitation.
That's the call. When you're behind, you must call your teammate in. I think Trianides for a while there might have called leave it, and Harvey just lifted his eyes. That was enough for neither player to take possession.
17 disposals to Robert Harvey. The best in the competition. Aussie Jones. A fine kick right on the line. Low can't mark. Stewie Low, 5 kicks, 2 handballs and just the 2 marks. He's been under pressure consistently right throughout the evening.
Under 10 minutes remaining in this third quarter. The Power by 7 points. Primus working hard in the ruck once again. This time it's Harvey waiting down. Into full forward. Good spoil by Paxman to Rombotis. He's in trouble. Back to Paxman. May have to concede a behind here. It's Bond who defends over the line.
And that's what the St Kilda coaching box will be wanting, more tackling in their forward line. They certainly get first hands and the ball a lot, the Port small defenders, Rombotis and Bond, but they must be tackled into error, not allowed to bring the ball out with any precision.
Peter Burgoyne comes on as Stan Alves and the boys, Cat Colling, look on with some concern. Burgoyne, an exciting youngster wearing number 26, plenty of pace. And big, bad, bustling Barry Hall is about to come back too. Here's the bounce. 25 metres out. Winmar's kick smothered. Rombotis working hard. A boot went in there. I think it belonged to Latham.
And you think the crowd made sure the umpire saw it?
Huskus wants it. He doesn't get it. Away comes Rombotis, back towards Lade. He's clean bowled. Lower chance at the back, but runs into his teammate. An opportunity now for Aussie Jones. Centering, back into half forward. Big pack of players. No mark taken. Heatley's the first to recover. Goes for goal and kicks it for the Saints. 4 goals to Jason Heatley, and again the margin is 1 point.
And one of those embarrassing things that happens sometimes, Jason Heatley was about to be interchanged. But he was heading for the interchange bench after kicking the goal. I think you often find if a player kicks the goal, it normally gives them a lift. So leave him on. And St Kilda cancelled the call. And Heatley is back in there. Certainly 4 goals from just really good recovery work in the forward line, Heatley.
Again, 1 point the difference in the Brisbane Lions, boys. Craig Lambert, Justin Leppich and co looking on. Are they going to be in action next week or are they not? Time will tell. A point the difference.
Last year, it favoured the Lions. They got in as the Bears. This week, Port are doing everything possible. Burgoyne, look at that. Not quite getting away with it, young Peter. Just one of 2 teenagers out there. Johnny Northey, Justin Leppich.
Terrible situation when it's out of your control like it is for Brisbane tonight.
I think John Cale's in the best position. He and his boys are actually able to do something about their position. And they're making a fair fist of it here. Daniels, under pressure, just scrubs the ball out. Wanganeen in front, loses it. Brown, Burke into assist. Right foot towards the wing. Lowe just a little bit of body, wanting Vidovic to take it. He couldn't. Lowe comes in over the top. Not sure whether that's a kick, but that's a handball from Thompson. It's released Winmar. Can he get through? Yes, it's bedded on out to Hall. Hall's now right on 50. Kicks towards the top of the square. Everett's the fly. Once, misses it. Bond cleans up. Ooh. Tackling from Thompson's good. Everett a chance. No. Back in comes Daniels. Lyle's there to assist. It's all tied up. The umpire has to bounce it.
7.5 minutes left in this third term.
Just the type of play that St Kilda want to happen, but didn't quite. Vidovic didn't quite mark the ball, and Everett up forward, he didn't quite mark it either.
It hasn't worked with Vidovic yet, has it?
Hasn't yet.
Power by a point. Lade, Vidovic. Lyle, a hurried kick. Drops short. And again, Aussie will have a chance to send the Saints in front. Kick 1 earlier in this term, did Aussie.
And I think a very slight bruise at his back.
Yes, looking at the flags, Lee, you're right, but he's kicking from 52 metres. It's a beautiful kick, and he's got it, and the Saints are in front.
Yes, fantastic finish there. It was just a quick kick out of defence. I think the pressure that the St Kilda forwards are putting on that Port Adelaide defence is just picked up a bit this last 5 minutes. They're not bringing it out with the same precision. And again, a quick kick back down the middle of the ground. It's like Russian roulette. Which side's it going to go to? That time it lobbed in Austin Jones's hands. He was good enough to kick accurately from a long way out.
5 points favouring the Saints. Laid and big Lazavidovic. Bursting through is Josh Franco with absolute dash to David Brown. Brown looks down towards full forward. The kick is okay. Who's going to be first to recover? Primus does well for big man, but it's Zilla who soccers it out of his hands and over the line.
Talking about that ruck situation before, Wheels, I think Vidovic is just looking a bit better in the actual ruck work than Everett. I think he's getting his body in much earlier and making it a much more of a contest at those centre bounces now.
Primus in front of Hodgson. Daniels. His hand pass was interesting to Burke, but the little champ is equal to the task. He recovers, pops it up in the open spaces now. They've got a chance to run. Port have the ascendancy with speed in Dickey, but he runs out of room. Good pressure by Andrew Thompson, who just stuck with him. Well, 6 crucial minutes left in this third term. Brent Heaver, what are your thoughts at this stage?
Yeah, Sandy, it's pretty tight at the moment. I think we've got to make sure we get the next goal because, if they get a goal, it's going to be pretty hard, a couple of goals behind.
How strong is that breeze, Brent?
Yeah, it feels pretty strong down here. It's blowing in St Kilda's way, so it's...
What, one or two
goals? I think only 1 or 2 goals. It's not too bad, I think.
Out of bounds once more then.
They've gone with a very tall forward line at the moment, St Kilda. Everett, Lowe, Hall and Heatley all in there at the same time. So certainly they've got to mark it. Otherwise the Port guys are going to rebound it.
Poole is going to do the ruck work from behind. Almost got a hand to it. Sock it out. Brown close to the line. Burke right on his hammer. Takes him over.
I've got a feeling that John Cale may have seen the ruck work the same way because Matthew Primus has had a spell for about a quarter of football. Now he's back on the ball and Lade has been pushed deep forward.
On centre wing. Pull down towards the left half forward. Burgoyne was his target. Daniels jostles with him. Takes him over the line.
So Darryl Poole, player coming off earlier this week. John Cale described him as a crucial player to the Port Power lineup. His aggression at centre half forward, but groin injuries have really hampered his season. So here's the ball thrown in. Geister doing the ruck work. Harvey trying to get away, can't do so. Brewer picks it up, he's curled it round. This is a dangerous one here with the defence. Shanahan, the spoil over the back and one behind.
And Terry, while we're talking finals, video evidence has been viewed and a number of players are going to have to face the tribunal on charges. For the Western Bulldogs, Paul DiMartino is up on 1 charge. Daniel Southern is up on 1. Scott West is up on 3. Whilst for Hawthorn, Tallis and Taylor both up on single charges. A big night at the tribunal. What a night. What a week it's been for the Western Bulldogs.
But the night now belongs to one of these two sides. St Kilda fighting for top spot. Port for the first place in finals football in their first year. They come forward again. Cummings can't take the mark. Assistance there from Geister, still at ground level, so it belongs to the small players. Jones, Burgoyne, now Harvey, look at this. Steps out of that somehow, gets the kick away. Thompson's free kick. Robert Harvey just knocks up getting the footy.
And breaking the tackle. He was caught cold, but he's just got that ability to wiggle the hips and drop off the tackler.
So Andrew Thompson spent time on the Footscray supplementary list and St Kilda. Now in his debut season doing very well, puts it forward. Huskus stops that flow, and with Mead and Heatley they tie it up.
What they've done, haven't they? Just the last 5 minutes in Kilda, they've been able to hold the ball in their forward line, prevent the rebound that's been troubling them all night.
Inside the Saints attacking zone, they lead by 4 points. Kicking with a very slight breeze. Almost taken high was Tony Brown. Bond plays on to Brewer. They're out of trouble. Wangadine bursts through the centre. 2 bounces. Almost up to half forward. Told to go inside 50. Cummings out on the lead. Can't quite get there. Tried to trap it with the one hand, but then goes again. Swipes it towards goal. Josh Franco off the ground. It's forever high.
Cummings was committed there, wasn't he? He needed to take the ball and lose Shanahan all in the one movement,
Yeah, it was just
but missed the ball.
Wanganini got the ball out in front of Cummings. It was a question, could Cummings just accelerate into the line of the ball, but just dropped that metre or two ahead.
Peckett to the outer side is okay. Jones, he's off, Aussie. Beats one and goes over the top and back again from Jamie Shanahan. Comes inside to Stephen Ziller. He's almost down to centre wing. Danger here for Port because Waitland's got it forward of the middle. Harvey's run on down. He's still going. Robert Harvey's got an open goal. It's only got to bounce right and the Saints will go further ahead. But he's away to the right. One behind.
It's just that part of Robert Harvey's game. He's not a long kick. He's not naturally a 50-metre kick. And trying to kick a bit too hard, just mistimed the contact.
Paxman to the outer side. Huskus takes the mark. Disposal number 23 to Adam Huskus. Towards the wing, Everett dropping back uncontested. Big man just dominated that one. Left foot to Lowe. Mark number 3 to Big Stewie. Looking downfield, looking for targets. Comes back inboard. Vidovic, so the 3 big men combining. They go for a fourth. He's chipped it back to a fourth. Can't quite get to Everett. They'll need assistance at ground level now because they're all the bigs. The ground belongs to Port. Paxman taken by Burke, the smallest player there. Wheels it around, but not far enough. One behind. Nathan Burke, number 3, kick-getter in the competition. And Buckley and Bradley get more than he. He was best at it last year. And you can see why. He just covers an enormous amount of territory.
Paxman to Braden Lyle. Brewers streams down the ground. Wanganeen heads into the middle. He wants to go further than that, perhaps towards Eagleton. Almost down to right half forward. If it bounces for Wanganeen, he'll be okay. He's pushed, he'll get a free kick.
Fantastic ability just to let the knees go and fall forward.
Like a rubber man, he collapses.
And it is a skill in itself to make sure that if you're going to get tackled a little incorrectly, make sure it's very incorrectly.
We came into this game with 35 frees for and only 9 against. He knows the caper.
And he wears a Brownlow. Brown up towards a right half forward. Wants Cummings. He was sandwiched between a couple. Peter Burgoyne's got dash. He's got to use it here. Tucked on the line. Eludes one. Goes again. Gets caught, but gets the hand pass away. Up towards the 50. Again, the tackle by Brown is good. Again, a cry of ball. But umpire Shane McInerney is unimpressed. He says throw it in.
Bork just eluded Robert Harvey there for a moment.
Not too much space to work.
No.
He almost caught himself into trouble.
5 points and 2 minutes for this third term.
St Kilda be very pleased with Darryl Waitland's job at centre half back. Very good effort tonight. Defensively, not offensively. Hasn't had much of the ball, but certainly stopped his opponent.
Got a fist to it on that occasion. It allows Harvey to come away, back in towards the middle, delays a bit of it.
Off one step, puts it in towards half forward. It bounces in no man's land. It's the free power. Bond. Have a look at that. Boundary umpire, he calls that one's out. Field umpire, he's calling for the television replay. Not there. Back inboard. Peckett from 70. In short, Lowe doesn't get to him. Paxman controlling. In charge of the back line. Power can't clear it. Jones will pump it back in. Takes him on. Oh, it's a tough call on Franco. He's their best tackler and he's up to the task. Hall now. He has to curl it around. Too quick, too hard.
No, he didn't have to curl it round, Terry. That's what he did wrong, didn't he? All he had to do was run in a straight line at the goals or towards the front of the goal square. But he chose, and that's where the pressure comes. He kicked the ball across his body when he didn't have to. But there's so much pressure in this game, there might not be a tackle on your hammer, but you probably think there is.
So Paxman looking to get a clear kick away, keeps it himself. Funny little bounce, but now he's found a break. That's a better bounce, that's aggression. Away he comes, he's run to 50 and kicked towards the wing.
Wants Primus. Lazovidovic defends, just popping it down in front. The Power have got the numbers, however, but they're running out of time. inside the last 30 seconds now. James' kick is on centre wing. Wilson back on the ground to Brown. Here's a chance for the power. He wants Cummings. He's charging out. Shanahan with him. Cummings first to recover. Socket out of his hands. He'll have to go again. Eagleton, the youngster, caught, loses the ball. Thompson towards the line. Going to be kept in play by Zilla. And St Kilda out of trouble. Well done to the half-back line towards Ozzie Jones, and he's got a free kick. Oswald steady it down on the siren. There'll be no addition to the score in this third quarter. He's got 2 goals, Jones, both in that term as John Cale comes out. In readiness for the final quarter. Who is it?
And they're moving down and dropping down in the forward line. And if you looked at the two camps, Sandy, I thought that the St Kilda camp was a bit more enthusiastic, Brent, and their midfield getting on top. Can Port do it?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I'm sure we can do a running goal behind, and we've just got to stop Austin Jones and Harvey and Burke. They were starting to get a bit of the ball in that quarter, which worried us.
Well, Sandy, the crowd are certainly trying to get them home, that's for sure.
Yes, another full house here just about tonight at Football Park. It certainly is rocking. Brisbane, in the meantime, are just sitting and waiting. And no doubt giving St Kilda all the support they deserve to try and sneak them into the 8 as opposed to Port. Lee, what's your gut feeling? Don't sit on the fence.
My gut feeling is that St Kilda are just playing the game a bit more strongly, but this crowd is going to be an enormous factor should Port really give them something to cheer about.
Terry?
The Saints. Ozzie Jones showed enough there that they'll come on.
So here we go. This is the quarter we've waited for in the home and away. The lucky last to decide the finals. Belted clear by Brown, down towards Harvey. The Saints want a lightning start. There was a push, and they may get it. It's got to come back. Steve Paxman. Not much point in arguing with Hayden Kennedy.
Yes, well, from where I sat from up here, it was a question, did the umpire decide the pressure from behind was serious enough to take the ball off Paxman? Let's have a look. Hands in the back. Yeah, push with the arms and then up in the air. I think, providing the umpire's in the position to see it, I think that's going to be a free kick every time.
Heatley turning this into a match-winning performance from 40 metres out. He gives St Kilda a flying start in the final term. 5 goals to Jason Heatley.
I think the point was there too that Heatley probably played it well by actually having a definite forward movement. He didn't see, he was shoved, but the point was he went forward enough to make sure the umpire knew that there had been hands in the back. So if he had not got the free, well, he was out of the contest, but nevertheless looked fair enough.
So the quick break from the centre bounce, Vidovic and Harvey combining. Sets Heatley up. He has 5. Vidovic again. Gets the left hand down. The bounce eludes Wilson with Brown off the ground. Here's Harvey again. Kick number 2 already in this quarter. Pushes in towards the pocket. Hall pushes, shove. Daniels didn't complete the mark. It's allowed to go on. Hall back inboard. Winmar inboard. Brown couldn't take it. Trianides back to Winmar. Left foot. Curls around. It's right to the square. Stewie can't take it. It's a behind.
He's had a rare night tonight, Stuart Lowe, where he hasn't been able to mark the ball. He's only taken 3 marks. That's normally a quarter for Stuart Lowe. So that time it was a sitter, really, but he just jumped at the ball. Didn't come down with a firm enough grip.
So Lowe missing last week through illness. Back into the side. Paxman squeezed hard up against the boundary line and kicks out towards the wing. Geister takes the mark. First game for Port Power on the left foot. He's found the break. Primus inboard to Lyle. Here he goes. He's from 70 metres out. Kicks to the top of the square. Cummings gets rid of Shanahan. Takes the mark. No, he doesn't. Ground level support. Free kick.
An interesting one, Lee.
Well, let me tell you, Heatley's was more of a free kick than this was, but it was probably a free kick. There was certainly pressure on the back, but I think we've all seen many of those go unpaid.
So Scott Cummings has 2. His side 13 points down.
Wilson off, Burgoyne back on.
Burgoyne to be the spark across half forward, but at the moment it all sits with the full forward. And he is their main man. 71 goals for the season. If anyone has to kick goals, it has to be Scott Cummings, and he misses.
Yes, it's almost an identical situation, wasn't it? 3 kicks in front of goal. Heatley drilled his, and Cummings missed his. That may be the story of the night.
2 straight kicks in it now as Peckett comes to Zilla. From the back pocket, brings it out to the running machine. Robert Harvey, whose kick is wide towards the interchange bench. Josh Franco taken over.
Up to 26 possessions, Robert Harvey. Here, the longer the game goes, it seems the harder he keeps running.
Meanwhile in Brisbane, they sit glued. The nails becoming shorter.
It was interesting at the start of the last quarter, Shane Brewer was put into centre half forward as a more mobile type half forward, but I think Harvey has got a few quick possessions. Brewer's been quickly recalled back to that one-on-one matchup midfield.
Harvey again. He's sensational to watch. Jones's hand pass, Burt, inboard to Brown, away goes St Kilda. Tony Brown has got Everett on a lead. The big man, 1, 2 grabs, not paid. Jason Trianides picks it up, goes back inside towards Thompson. It's only got to sit. Andrew Thompson will get a shot at goal and has kicked the beauty. Thompson gets his second. St Kilda have some breathing space.
And again, how often have we seen it? Robert Harvey won the ball here out on the wing, and then when he fed the ball on to the running Tony Brown, quickly in, not quite marked by Everett, went to ground, but Thompson this time, 2 valuable goals.
Well, there's still a long way to go, but just maybe John Northey can start about planning a week leading up to a final. Of course, joining us at the end of this game will be Wayne Jackson, the Chief Executive Officer of the AFL, to tell us who is playing who and where those matches will be played. But Port will not lay down. Don't worry about that. Primers gives it away to Adam Huskus. Huskus kicks towards Donald Dickey and cover half forward, and Donald takes the mark. Cummings and Shanahan alone down in the forward line. He's kicked just 5 goals for the year. Donald Dickey, 5-11. Without wishing to put the moz on him. He stammers in his approach. He kicks from 55. He's gone for distance. Good into the square. Sailed up the top for a goal! Donald has now kicked 6 for the season, and Port is still alive.
Yes, I was going to say he had to kick it, and he did kick it. Certainly very good shepherding by Lade. Have a look at Lade here on the goal line. It was just going to make it. Lade just pushed the big frame into the back of Vidovic and Waitland, and it's kept Port's chances alive.
6 points was the difference. St Kilda's way at 3/4 time. 2 quick goals for the Saints, blew it out to 18. Port reply with 1. Brown. Jones. Power off the ground. And as far as Cripps, the quick kick towards half forward. Low, turns it around, a bit of a semi-trailer turn. Huskus takes it, cuts it under the arm, across half-back, out into some space, looking for the run. Wanganeen misses the bounce.
Player hurt in the middle. Player hurt in the middle.
It's Vidovic after that ruck contest.
Meanwhile, Cripps along into half forward. Here's the fly. Heatley drops it on the second occasion. Trianides in there. Ball will be bounced.
They've got to stop this. They've got to stop this.
Yes, now that play has stopped, the umpires have stopped play. They've called for the stretcher. Let's have a look at what happened here. I didn't see it in the time. Looks like a knee in the side, or is it his knee or shin? Very hard to tell.
Probably his right leg there. When he just came down, his body was really weighted back over the knee joint. Big Lazar. It's not a sight you want to see. Rudy's here, and just as he comes down there.
Right leg landed straight, all the pressure on the knee joints. That may be what we could speculate about.
Missed games last year with a knee injury.
In the meantime, while Stan Alves wonders about moves that can be made, Michael Wilson comes back onto the ground for James. Disappointment then for Laza Vidovic.
There's no doubt about that, because that was one of Stan's strengths with Vidovic, to be able to toss those big players around. And if he now has to go into a finals campaign without the big fella,
there's no doubt when he came on the ground tonight, I do think the game started to change a little bit. I thought he has been St Kilda's best centre bounce ruck option tonight.
Everett and Lowe definitely are better suited into the forward line, aren't they?
I think it depends on games. The thing with Vidovic, you can allow Everett to play as that ruckman floating into the forward line, but if the ruck situation isn't quite working for you, well, you have got another option with Vidovic, and that's been one of St Kilda's strengths in the last few weeks.
So umpire Shane McInerney to get play back underway. The ball will be bounced inside St Kilda's attacking 50. Everett over the top, drops it down. Bond and Brown. Brown for Port, gives it straight to Nicky Winmar. Standing start for Nicky. He's drilled it in. He reckons they're home. So back out now. 18 points the difference between the two sides.
Well, how did this happen? We saw Brown at the bottom of the pack here. I mean, he's under pressure. It's almost as if he went to the Winmar call, didn't see Winmar, whichever happened, but he went back inside. And again, the ball just fell right, and Winmar off one step. That was all he needed.
First goal to Nicky Winmar. There's the whiteboard, and Wayne Jackson, the Chief Executive Officer of the AFL, with Ian Collins, waiting to make the final decision as to who plays where and when. That's coming away on 7 immediately at the conclusion of this game. Not over yet. Brewer's hand pass comes wide to Braden Lyle. Pops it up to the half-forward line. Waitland uses the body. It's not good enough, however. Lay takes the mark. It's a beauty.
It's one of the few occasions that Daryl Waitland has been outmarked, that took a one-handed, plucked the right hand out, and it stuck. He's been pretty good tonight, Lade, in the ruck and as a forward. Again, they're going to have to make the most of every chance now from this point on, does Port Adelaide.
Crowd of 38,589 here to witness this match, and they have not been let down. Can Lade convert? Leans back on a big drop puck, and they hang in there. Again, a 12-point ball game lead.
Yes, I don't think Wayne Jackson should have anything other than a whiteboard, because he should have a whiteboard marker as well, because I wouldn't be putting anything too permanent on at the moment. Port Adelaide, they're coming home with a bit of a bruise, and Kilda sort of have a bit of the ascendancy, but they're just keeping themselves in this match.
Well, they need the next one to break this 2-goal deadlock. That's what they've had trouble getting past since early the start of this final quarter. Out of the middle once again. It's Tony Brown for St Kilda. Down towards the 50. Can the Saints reply once more? Geister was jostled out of it. Pushed wide by Keogh. Socket off the ground. Down towards the boundary line. The power through Lyle, hoping to get out of trouble. Puts it onto his boot and kicks towards centre wing. Bounces off the chest of Stephen Ziller. Down to David Brown. He's taken high, and he'll take the free kick. Matty?
Yes, just to confirm, Lazar Vidovic has injured his knees, gone straight down the rooms, and probably won't know until tomorrow the extent of the damage.
Oh dear, let's hope it's not too serious for St Kilda's finals campaign. Harvey takes it, he gives it to Brown. Another one back towards Aussie Jones. Centering kick in towards half forward. Paxman floats in from the side. Low waiting at the bottom. No one able to take it. Out it comes now, and Port should be able to clear. Adam Huskus. Oh, straight towards big Peter Everett. Well spoiled, but Justin Peckett did the roving. Off to Thompson. Thompson kicks down towards the forward line once again. Paxman a big fist. Primus is there defending. Mead also. Primus goes to ground. Barry Hall is there asking the question. Paxman also. Bond on the last line of defence, and they push it wide towards Geister on half back.
Left foot kick out towards the boundary. Over the line now for a throw-in.
got no idea what Adam Huskis was aiming at in the centre square situation then. Kick basically straight back to 3 St Kilda players.
Johnny Northey there, the thorn between 2 roses perhaps. Watching now very intently.
Why perhaps? Definitely.
The ball to be bounced. Andrew Thompson holds it for the Saints. Final quarter. Some 16 and a half minutes in. St Kilda by 12. Top spot awaits them if they can hold on to this lead. Burke spins on back out wide. Harvey, away he goes. Kicks. This is going right to the line. It's bounced. And that signal, umpire tapping his chest, is one to the boundary umpires. Say, don't come any further, fellas. It's a behind.
Rest the legs. 13 points. And just under 13 minutes. Straight down the middle. Oh, big flyer at the back was Justin Peck. Couldn't take the mark. Spills free. Look at the tackling of Franco. Back to Peckett again, who was quick to recover. Spears it in towards half forward. The mark taken by Jones. An opportunity now as Aussie sets sail for home. A high kick towards full forward. Going to be close. Ricocheted off the hands of the pack. Another behind. All mounting up for St Kilda. Here's Bond, game number 56 for Shane Bond. To the outer side and Adam Huskis. 22 kicks and 5 hand passes so far to Adam. Been a wonderful game. And now Primus on centre wing. Port need the next one and they need it pretty rapidly. To left half forward. Peckett again, who's been busy. Off to Cripps. Comes back through the traffic and spears it in towards Tony Brown. He's okay and they're out of trouble.
Back to Cripps. He uses Winmar in the centre. Just holds the ball up a little bit. Peckett continuing to run on down the ground. He's gone long towards the square. Kicked one last week. Can he do it again? Push here. There it is. Keogh. I think he's missed it. Whacked it into the post. Here's the chance. A little push.
Yeah,
Got away with it.
Back. I think that he's just maybe sneaked through.
So Paxman once again. This time short. Huskis again. Downfield. Not too much on offer now. It just seems that Port just losing that little bit of run. Kicks long, low, sets himself. Everett spoils. Free kick to Low. At the front position. Big Stewie, 80 metres out from goal, to Everett. He's now 70, he's 60, he's 55. Goes towards it, Hall, spoiled by Geister, down at ground level. Huskis again, Thompson gathers something up, steps out, try and eat his left foot, it's in the air. Is it going to get there? No, he's missed as well. They're starting to pepper him.
They've got one hand on top spot.
Yeah, all the run is coming from St Kilda at the moment. Port are really going to have to turn this game around. They're not that far behind in the scoreboard, but they have to turn it around a lot in general play. Find some real impetus from somewhere. Not sure where it's going to come from at the moment.
16 points. The Torp has attempted back into play. Not what he had in mind. Straight onto the chest of Jones. He booted 2 in the third term. Just goes across the ground to Harvey. A little chip into half forward is okay, and Rod Keogh takes the mark.
The strength of St Kilda Lee is just their ability to use the ball over those shorter distances. Quality kickers, Harvey, Jones.
Yeah, particularly that little chip kick.
Yep.
It's almost Robert Harvey's trademark, I suppose, isn't it? That little chip kick to the leading player. But really, it was a situation Port, in desperation, trying to get the long ball down the middle, tried the big Torp, but if it doesn't go straight, usually goes off the right side of the boot and straight into Aussie Jones's arms.
The one goal Keogh has kicked came from this end. If he can add to this, the Saints are on their way to top spot. He adds it behind. Which means they will be tackling Brisbane.
6 goals, 10 since half-time. And at the break at 8-1.
Paxman. Oh, what a big fly, not paid. Well, that was more like the Stewie Lowe that we know. Been quiet in the marking department tonight and most uncharacteristic of him. Burgoyne gives it to Lyle. He's claimed. Zilla's got strength. Back to Burgoyne again. He's got skill. Off to Lyle. Port a thrust forward. In towards the right forward pocket. St Kilda's defence standing firm, though that ball is taken over eventually by Justin Packer. 9.5 minutes for Port to create history.
Have their opportunity here at half forward. Everett down to Peckett, laid, body work on. Everett was good. Peckett comes back again. Out wide, Zilla. Great tackle there from Brewer. Not rewarded. The Port crowd are looking and urging for anything they can get. And umpire Shane McInerney not a part of that. Nor Hayden Kennedy, the two who were in the area. So laid, Everett down, Brewer again in the contest. Quick kick forward. Harvey back with numbers. One way, this way, that way, left foot, finds Jones. What a training pair they would be. The old sheepdog and the new sheepdog. Jones long towards the wing. Primus misjudges it. Lowe starting to get hold of a couple now. Burke on the burst. Now he stopped that burst. Props. Kicks into half forward. Winmar slips. Can't take the mark. Heatley steps out. There's a one-on-one contest. Doesn't reach Keogh. Bounce favours Geister. Tackle's illegal, surely. Yes, it is. Geister's free.
Had to stop the run, didn't they? Otherwise, Geister was away. Now he is. Wide to the outer side towards Donald Dickey. Thompson providing the opposition. Burke close to the line. Thompson will go again. Dickey's still trying to get some pace going. He won't give up. Neither will Nicky Winmar. Bounces off one. Comes inside towards Brown. He's 52 metres out. High drop punt going in towards the square. Everett on all fours. Almost a sensational grab. Heatley is there. Trianides is there. Keogh is there. Round the body goes Rod Keogh in towards Everett. And Primus and he see it over the line for one behind. Well, Brent, is time almost up?
Yeah, it doesn't look too good, Sandy. We're only 3 goals down, so I mean, it's not too far, but they're just running far too much, St Kilda, and they seem to have loose men everywhere.
So 3 goals is the difference. Power need to get this ball through the centre. Lowe turns it back with Brewer, looking to set something to Dickey. Here they come. He's forward of centre into the contest. Cummings and Shanahan. Shanahan, great spoil. Assistance from Wakeland. He clears the defensive area. Only as far as Brewer. Perhaps too much time there for Shane Brewer. To David Brown. Kicks into Cummings. That's laid. He's got it. The alternative leading laid. 6 marks for the evening. David Brown, who started on the interchange bench, has been quite lively. So 3 goals is the difference. Brendan Lade with a real opportunity. 22 minutes gone in the final quarter. He has already kicked one this quarter. Here's his shot. It's good. Port sneaking back. 2 goals in this last quarter to Brendan Lade.
Well, it's all on the line here, isn't it, now for Paul? Let's see who they got in the centre square. Primus is going to do the ruck work, of course. Who we got in there? Lyle's in there, Brewer is in there, and Eustace has been pushed in. Out of defence to try and see if they can just get another run around midfield. Adam Eustace is the player they've turned to.
Still time. 38,000 fans roaring their approval as Port tries to come back. Everett up early. Primus waits down. Brewer applies the tackle. There'll be a bounce still in the middle. Two straight kicks in it. A draw would see Port through to the final. A loss and Brisbane will be playing next week. Harvey, high out of the centre, down towards half forward. Bond attempts to spoil Winmar. Winmar head down, bottom up, and away he goes. Now it's Maxie Hudson. Hudson up towards right half forward. Try and eat his game a nudge. The umpire says play on. He does. In towards full forward. Pressure now on the Port defence. Over the back it comes. And Barry Hall is swamped as the ball goes over the line. Young man who spent considerable time in the boxing ring. Now showing his form on the footy field and doing a pretty good job, Barry Hall. Clever little kick by Robert Harvey. That's number 20. And he
plus
gives
14,
them a behind.
plus 14 hand passes, Sandy. He's owned the ball tonight, Robert Harvey. Nathan Burke's had 30 there. Just a great pair of hard-working ball getters in your midfield, just to build a team around.
Paxman straight down the middle. Lowe is there. Primus is too. Brewers are waiting down in front. He's beaten. He's beaten by Peter Everett, who shoots from 46 metres. And St Kilda are going to go to the top of the ladder. Peter Everett gets his second. The Saints are steaming home 15-13 to 12-12.
It's very late in the game, but that's exactly where St Kilda want Peter Everett to be. Forward of the ball at half forward as a goal kicker, putting the pressure on the opposition ruckman. This is the first time pretty much for this match he's been able to bob up there in the dangerous position. And when he's doing that, well, St Kilda are really tough to beat because big fella Peter Everett, but he ran to the 50-metre mark and really never looked like missing.
So just over 5 minutes of play left. St Kilda by 17. Port Power wouldn't want that lead to go out much more, but it seems all the legs are with St Kilda. Aussie's left foot and his left leg isn't all that accurate on that occasion. What a wonderful season it's been for Port Power. First year in the competition, and in round 22 fighting for a place in the finals. But St Kilda have been their match tonight. Brown takes it from Harvey, has enough room to go on the left foot. Winmar can't get the run from behind. Bond well judged from the front. Former premiership player with the Eagles. He's really been a controlling player across half-back. Uses Mead. He in turn, Paxman a long way from full-back. Peckett the back pocket from the other end. St Kilda win out. Peckett and Brown. Brown back in. Heatley in front, no free kick given. Winmar picks it up. It's gone to pedestrian pace the game just at the moment. Burke kicks long. Stewie, ram it out of the ground, son. That is right out of the park.
Well, I think the permanent marker maybe can go on the board now. I don't think we need a whiteboard from now on. I think St Kilda are well and truly home, and really their running power. I think Port are really a very hard running team, particularly at Football Park here, but gee, Burke and Harvey and Jones, the midfield run of St Kilda has just completely overwhelmed Port the longer this game has gone on.
So it's been a very good hit out for St Kilda, hasn't it?
Yes, I'm sure that John Northey and his team will have been impressed by what they've seen and know what they've got to come up against now next week. That's who they'll be playing, but more on that with Wayne Jackson at the conclusion of this game as Burke's kick goes down towards Stewie Lowe. He's just put it into cruise control now, Stewie. Says we'll ease home, and he's doing exactly that. Put the customary mark on the turf, head back and kick straight over.
Well, this is interesting. The pressure is probably off now. The game is probably won. But this is Stuart Lowe's maximum kicking distance, but he should be quite relaxed here. There isn't a heap of pressure on. Just let's see if he can kick through the line of the ball to finish it off.
Coming into this game with 44 goals next to his name. One so far. That's going to be very close. He's got another one. Stewie Lowe finishing off with a couple of goals. And St Kilda now finishing full of running. The Brisbane Lions, they know that they're there. Relief. And a chance, a crack at another finals campaign. We wish them well.
I bet you those people up there in Brisbane have had no more nerve-wracking 2 hours than they've had this last tour or so. But yeah, Stuart Lowe, it is his maximum kicking distance, but he timed that one. No great pressure on. The match was well and truly won, but he went back and put another nail in the coffin.
So Stewie Lowe with his second. Jason Heatley has 5. Everett 2. So the St Kilda forwards all getting a little bit of a go at it. Brewer attacks the ball at half forward, rewarded with the mark. Only has Cummings and Shanahan. Cummings gets rid of Shanahan, but instead he goes to square, and there is Shanahan. Cummings was a mile out by himself. Harvey now back out towards half-back. Brown. That's Tony Brown on the left foot. Jones will run on to Rove this contest, but it doesn't come to him. Wanganeen wins it, gives it to Mead. Hard up against the line, that's out on the full. Tony Brown, 17 kicks, coming up for 18 kicks, 11 handballs. And it ain't even his, so I'll take those stats back. Stewie Lowe takes it to Burke. Fires a rocket across. Cripps running from behind. Goes long. Trionides to Rove, but Winmar does the marking. I think he missed last week's game with a calf injury. So getting a little bit of form back here tonight. 14 kicks to date, 9 handballs, 4 marks, a goal. So quite workmanlike. He certainly would like this one to finish his night's work off with. Right on 50. It's not going to make the distance. There's a contest right on the line. It's alive. Mead out the back. They spin it away. Paxman this way. No way. You got to left or right, so not straight through, but they win it away. Mead gets the quick kick out. Only as far as Peckett. Brings it back in. Everett.
Now he's lurking.
Yep.
This is when you know St Kilda are dangerous, when Peter Everett is lurking around that half-forward line in that forward 50-metre area. Early in the game, Primus had him off the bit, basically, by kind of dominating the contest, and he was initiating the ruck work, but now Everett's doing it his way.
So the big spider on the left foot. Accuracy isn't with him. Lade's back there. Right on the scoreline. Stewie goes for a try. There's across the line. That is a try. Give them 1 point.
An arm wrestle, a fascinating arm wrestle for 3 quarters. But St Kilda running on in this final term and running it out pretty well. Full credit though for Port as Eagleton takes it on centre wing. Swings round with a couple of bounces in towards the middle and onto that left foot. Long and low, in towards half forward. Cummings couldn't take it from behind. Zilla pokes the hand pass out in front, taken away by Cripps to the outer side. Chasing is Thompson, also there is Donald Dickey. Thompson will try and keep it in play. Can't quite, and with a minute remaining, a throw-in on the other side.
St Kilda have just racked up all the possessions, Lee, haven't they? 206 kicks, 117 handballs to just 161 and 84.
Here's Peckett. Drifting it in towards Winmar, just a fraction too high for him. Bond controlled it beautifully. He's had a very good season. Shane Bond hasn't missed a game. On centre wing. Well done. This is Aussie. Away he goes up towards Jason Trionides on left half forward. He's inside 50 now and he cruises into the pocket of Nicky Winmar. That was casual.
And it was the Jones speed, wasn't it? He wasn't going to get there first, Aussie Jones, or the average player wasn't going to get there first. But he just put the pedal down and ran past Geister. And once he got his first hands on the ball, well, the St Kilda forwards were all back on their own.
Winmar then, another shot for his second. Slews away to the right. Disappointing kick and just manages a behind. That could just about be the ball game. Paxman with 5 or 6 seconds. May just have 1 more kick for his season. Goes to the outer side, taken by Dickey. He has tried, but there it is. St Kilda at top spot on the ladder, and Port's gallant fighting attempt to make it into the finals in their debut year has come to an end. But Lee, what a performance.
Yes, well, it was a great performance by Port. A debut year in the competition to be playing for a finals berth at the end of the year. I mean, that's a fantastic first year for them. But St Kilda, they've come from like bottom 4 last year. I was trying to think where they finished at the end of last year. Certainly it was a long way down. But they and the Bulldogs, they're the two sides that have just elevated themselves from the bottom group to the top 3 in 12 months of football. I think it gives hopes to all the teams that have finished out of the finals this year. There is a fine margin between making it and being down towards the bottom.
Let's go down to the ground. Matty.
Thanks very much, Sandy. With me, Jason Zilla. Congratulations, Jason. Top spot.
Yeah, it's great to finish top. It's just good to come over here. I mean, Port threw everything at us, but it's just good to come home with the win.
You do travel well, but they were hard to shake, weren't they?
Yeah, they go pretty hard, Port. They're pretty hard hitting side, and they give us everything tonight, but we just end up running over them at the end. So,
how did you feel three-quarter time? Do you feel as though you had them through the midfield with your legs?
Yeah, we've got a pretty fit side, and we've always been finishing well probably all year. So, we'll go up at three-quarter time. We knew we had a good show.
Great effort though, mates. And next week the finals against Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane come in now, so it's going to be another tough one. So hopefully we'll get them at home, and hopefully we'll knock them off.
Thanks, mate. Go enjoy it.
Stephen Zilla there with Matty Campbell. Well done to Stephen and the Saints. Our thanks, incidentally, to Brent Heaver. They tried hard for you, Brent. It was a fantastic year, and just a pity they couldn't make it to the finals, but well done.
Yeah, no, they did play. They played pretty well tonight. They only let it go in the last 15 minutes, I suppose, and you know, it has been a sensational year, and no one thought we'd get to where we are, so it's been great for the club.
Go and rest that voice, and we'll see you in 1998.
Thank you.
Good on you, Brent. Brent Heaver. St Kilda on the bottom.